Time travel, fact or fiction? There is one question that has haunted humanity for centuries. Is time travel real? Movies have painted us a picture of wondrous time machines, allowing us to go back to the past or see the future. But what if I told you that in real life, there have been cases where people and objects seem to have transcended the boundaries of time itself? Modern science remains skeptical, unable to find an answer, yet these stories continue to be told, serving as evidence that our world holds countless mysteries. They are not just eerie tales, they are accounts that challenge every law of logic and physics we've ever known. Let's turn back the clock to 1950, in one of the busiest cities in the world, New York. Amidst the hurried crowd, a strangely dressed man from the 19th century stood lost. Moments later, he was hit and killed by a taxi. When police searched his pockets, they found some incredible things: a birth certificate from the late 1800s, a coin that no longer existed, and personal papers that matched a missing persons file from 1876. His name was Rudolph Fentz. Records show he vanished without a trace on that fateful night. Was he a traveler from the past who suddenly appeared 74 years later? Strangers in the stream of time. 1. The mysterious visitor from 2256 in 2000. The entire financial world was shocked when the FBI arrested a man named Andrew Carlson. He had turned $800 into $350 million in just 2 weeks. When questioned, he calmly declared he was from the year 2256, and that's how he knew the market's every fluctuation. The most chilling part? He vanished from the prison, leaving no trace. To this day, no one knows who Carlson really was, a financial genius, a brilliant fraud, or a genuine time traveler. 2. The two professors at Versailles Palace. One of the most famous tales of a time slip occurred in 1911 at the Palace of Versailles in France. 2 English professors, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, were visiting the gardens when the scenery suddenly seemed to shift. The buildings returned to an 18th century style, and they saw a strange woman in a classic dress. Later, while looking at paintings, they both confirmed they had seen none other than Queen Marie Antoinette. They believed they had accidentally stepped through a time rift, returning to the French Revolution era. While scientists suggest it might have been a collective hallucination, the detailed similarities made this story famous worldwide. 3. The time traveler hipster. Some of the most debated pieces of evidence are old photos and videos. In a photo from 1941 taken on a bridge in Canada, a man stands in a crowd of people in classic suits, wearing sunglasses, a modern-looking t-shirt, and holding a portable camera that was not yet common at the time. Many call him the time traveler hipster. There is also a film clip from 1928 showing a woman who appears to be talking on a cell phone. While experts are skeptical and suggest it could be a hearing aid, these images have gone viral, adding fuel to the time travel theory. When time swallows objects. Sometimes time doesn't just swallow people, it takes inanimate objects too. 1. The car stuck in a tree. For instance, in Oklahoma, a group of road workers discovered a nearly intact 1969 Chevrolet Camaro stuck inside the trunk of an ancient oak tree. The car had mysteriously disappeared decades earlier along with its owner. There was no evidence it had been buried or hidden. The oak tree seemed to have absorbed the car into its trunk like a temporal storage compartment. It remains an unsolved mystery. 2. The watch in the ancient coffin. Now, let's head to a story from China. In 2008, archaeologists found a surprising object in a coffin over 400 years old. A tiny metal ring that looked exactly like a wristwatch, with its hands frozen at 10:06. It was too intricate to be a product of the 16th century. Did someone from the future accidentally drop it in the past? Or was it an elaborate hoax? While many researchers are skeptical, the watch in the ancient coffin continues to ignite the public's imagination. What science says about time travel. The theory of time travel isn't just for movies. Modern science acknowledges that according to Einstein's theory of relativity, time can dilate or contract depending on speed and gravity. This means, theoretically, time travel is not impossible. If you were to fly at a speed close to the speed of light, time would pass more slowly for you than for people on Earth. That is a form of travel to the future. However, the gap between theory and reality is immense. To travel to the past, we would need a concept called a wormhole, a tunnel connecting 2 points in space-time. But creating and maintaining a wormhole would require a huge amount of energy and a strange type of matter we have yet to discover. Then there are the time paradoxes, like the grandfather paradox. If you went back in time and prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, you would never be born. If you don't exist, how could you have gone back in time in the first place? It's a logical loop that physicists try to explain with the multiverse theory, that every time a paradox occurs, a new parallel universe is created. A great mystery with no answer. All of these stories, whether explained by science or deemed hoaxes, carry a great mystery. Is the line between the present and the past as thin as we think? These pieces of evidence challenge everything we believe to be obvious. They plant a seed of curiosity in our minds. Could time just be an illusion? Are there rifts in the universe out there that allow us to wander into another era? The answer remains open, but it's this very mystery that keeps us dreaming, writing novels, making movies, and most importantly, keeps us asking questions. Because if one day the door to time truly opens, we might realize that the boundary between reality and legend is much thinner than we ever thought. Do you believe in science, or do you believe in the mystical? Share your thoughts in the comments below.